spent most of the day wrestling. You took a night on that, but I took a little nap. I thought, well, I'll be all right. I got to Concordia to Lincoln. It was like the sleepiest moment of your entire life.
Really?
For 2 hours. And it was snowing, so I couldn't, at 14, I couldn't say, hey, I'm going to pull over and you're going to. You could have driven, but not like road conditions. So I had to just stop around. I get to about 20 miles out of Omaha, and all of a sudden, it just cleared, and I felt fine, and the weather got really bad.
Yeah, it was bad up there.
The Lord, this would have been brutal. I never know I don't know what I'm going to wake up to tomorrow. So like, sure, volleyball tomorrow in Wichita, man, it's a paper thing. I can't guarantee that when we're done tonight, that I can make it on the drive to Wichita. So,
do you have any sinus headache?
I'm about done with all of that. Yeah.
I had to use some of my migraine medicine to get rid of them a couple nights. They were nasty.
Still haven't used some aspirin for his night to kind of clear up that.
Yeah.
The rest of the stuff I'm kind of done with.
Yeah. I could tell I was just waiting. I kept waiting for it to get worse.
We'd like to thank the players for all their support.
I
had it back in Thanksgiving.
What's Joe think?
He said
How you doing?
Good. You and Eldorado finally got together, huh?
Yeah. Just the right amount of buses.
One a day?
Hey, pay you $300 a bus.
What?
Pay you $300 a bus.
Really? Wow.
We'll have to hide that somehow.
As long as they aren't talking you down, that's...
I'm third party, so it isn't Eldorado.
Oh, you're third party.
Which is, that's the way I want it.
Yeah.
Definitely the way I want it. And those three other jerks that they're gone and everyone is back, they're gone.
Well, that's good.
And that's spreading like 140 guys. But I'm like, maybe I should.
Is it cold enough for you?
It's miserable.
You ever remember it being 18, 20 below?
It's been long. I don't know. It's been so long.
I think I can remember 12, maybe 14, but not 18 or 20.
I know in '83 when Carl and Andrew got married, it was horrible then, December. It was very bad. I remember it being down in the, probably close to what we had. I had our house heating go out Monday afternoon. The exhaust portal got froze up, shut the machine down.
It does.
So Sean Rob got that corrected. Then Tuesday or Wednesday I went into work a little after 7 o'clock. Car started right up. It was great. And I'd driven it a couple times during the real bad weather. Went out and done 12:45 and leave. Battery was dead as a doornail. So, had to come get Jeff to go get a new battery. It dawned on me, well, I've had this car over 5 years, but it's about time I changed the battery anyway.
Yeah, it made it 5 years. I got 7 out of one.
Yep.
Usually, if you take it through winter time, you got a weak battery, about the middle of summer, and it cooks real good. It'll really burn.
Yeah, well, it really heats up, yeah.
I didn't even back then when I
Okay.
Test.
How old are you? Yeah, I know.
I guess I ought to put this mask on.
Yeah, I was just thinking last night, I was sitting there behind you, and I was just kind of thinking about
Wow. It's warm up here, isn't it?
I somehow have a feeling that once we get a lot of bodies in here, that'll change, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, once that air starts coming out of that vent, it will change, won't it?
I definitely enjoyed that. There was more.
Yeah, we had to put ours.
Yeah, those 5 guys, there wasn't a lot of them.
Oh, look who we have refereeing tonight.
Hey, I was right. Hey, I want you to know, I was right last night. That official last night was my high school PE teacher.
Oh, really?
Goldsmith. He was my. I don't think it's high school. I think it's grade school PE instructor. And he was
The older guy or the taller guy?
The old bald-headed guy. That was Goldsmith. Because I asked Jay Macy when we got back to the office today. I said, Jay, was that Goldsmith? Yep. He's got to be getting close to 75, 80. He's the evil well done. Hi, Mike.
Welcome, Minneapolis junior, senior high school fans, back to NJSHS Gymnasium here tonight, the Lions Den, on February the 19th, 2021, as the ladies and the guys are hosting the Beloit Trojans. We never know where anymore if we're just having one game or 2 games, all this COVID stuff.
Yeah.
We got them both tonight, as the Lions get set to see if they can go for a clean season sweep of the Trojan girls and boys.
Oh, baby.
And if that happens, that'll be the first time in the history of the 2 programs.
I was going to say that.
1 year.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't want to bring a curse on by talking about it early. We'll see if we can get that done. Dale Leach, Mike Perry, and Scott Ushman, and Lyle Davidson going to bring you this game tonight. Special night, senior night between the girls and boys games, and at the halftime of the girls game, we're going to have a special presentation for Spencer Davidson being selected to the Shrine Bowl for 2021. That's going to be held in Hutchinson this year, and Spencer has made the decision he's going to play. That'll be the first Shrine Bowl inductee that we've had playing for Minneapolis since probably 93 with Mark Allison.
We had Knox.
He didn't play.
Yeah, I went to a game.
Did he play?
It was in Emporia. I remember going to watching somebody play.
Oh, good. Well, he would have been it because Weedle didn't.
No, I think it was Knox, and I think I remember going to that game and watching him play. I could be wrong. I have to ask Tammy about that. But
I just never saw it in print anywhere. That's good. I'm glad he did.
Because it was in Emporia, and I went down there and watched the game, and so
he was a heck of a linebacker and offensive guard. Back to basketball. This is the 102nd game in the series. Wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong. 102nd game in the series, dating back to 1975 between the girls' squads of Beloit and Minneapolis. Beloit leads at 60 wins to 41 losses, but at MHS, Minneapolis leads 24 to 23. The last game between the two was on January 15th of this year. Minneapolis won by 9, 37-28, breaking a 4-game losing streak to the Lady Trojans. This year, the BHS girls are 2 wins and 10 losses overall. And in the league, they're 2 wins and 5 losses for 5th place. They beat Republic County twice. Their last game they played, they lost to Sacred Heart 36-27, and that was last night. Minneapolis girls are 8 wins and 9 losses overall, and 3 wins, 2 losses in the league for third place. Their last game was a 46-36 loss to Southeast of Saline here. Scoring averages wise, Beloit is giving up 45.1 points a game, Minneapolis 35.9. Beloit is scoring an average of 32.2. Minneapolis is scoring 36.7. They're big underneath, and their prime scorer is number 24, Portia Cooper. Is their main offense, quite a rebounder.
Yeah, and she had she only had 12 points against us the last time Portia did, but she is a threat. She is a very solid ball player.
She had 12 out of their 27 points. She had almost half. Well, I'm going to let you two take over here. I'm going to hand this over to Lyle Davidson so he can do some color.
Well, as Dale mentioned, we've got a great chance here tonight to make a sweep. Sweep all 4 games, girls 2 games, and boys. That's a rarity against Beloit. It's tough. Beloit's always brings the athletes, and this just happens to be one of those years where they're down a little bit. And Minneapolis playing strong, both girls and boys. The boys team is kind of scary. If you had to meet us in regional, I think we would be considered someone they would not want to match up against. Minneapolis can work it inside, and we do have the 3-point shooters from the outside. So we get hot some night, and there'll be a lot of teams at the regional that would not want to face us. Girls the same way. They're starting to peak at the right time. Girls have played well at times. Other times, if they can eliminate the turnovers, it seems like their half-court offense usually scores just enough points to win the game. So turnovers are always an issue with the girls, or any team for that matter. And we look forward to a good game here tonight with the girls possibly coming out on top. We're just about ready for the starting lineups.
A chance for the Lady Lions to get to double-digit wins if they can get this one and Monday. So got to start with this one, and they let Beloit hang around the first half up at Beloit, so it'll be important to get off to a hot start, I think, tonight.
Yeah, the first time, as you said, Lyle, the first time they met, it was 7-6 at the end of 1, 11, 17-16 at the end of 2, so definitely it was the fourth quarter when we finally pulled it away last time. Mike will have the call tonight on the games. Beloit in their traveling black, Minneapolis in their home white, as both squads getting ready for the starting lineups, and we'll hand it over to Mike Perry.
And now for the Lady Trojans. Number 2, Peyton Remus. He's 5'4" and a freshman. Number 3 is Reagan Ellert. She's 5'5" and a senior. And playing in the middle, as Scott mentioned, Portia Cooper, 5'10" and a senior. Quite a bit of their offense. And number 25, the quick forward, is Tatum Tejans, 5'6" and a junior. And the off guard, number 50, Lena Knight, 5'7" and a sophomore. Now from Minneapolis, number 10, Elena Cosart. And the shooting guard, that's number 11, Cameron Cleveland. If she's on tonight, Minneapolis will cruise. And the off guard is Peyton Smith. She's a 5'6" senior. And our rebounding specialist, that's Courtney Forte in the middle. If she has a double-double, I predict we will win. And back with us and playing strong is Madison Lang, a 5'8" senior. Missed quite a few games. Guess Dale doesn't have a headset on. And we're about ready for it won't be a tip anymore, is it? Nope. Beloit is going to play it in, start the game. Traveling team will put it in. Here's the referee closest to us is close enough to throw things at, but we won't.
Beloit, the visitors tonight in the road blacks with the orange and white trim, orange numerals outlined in white. It says
Minneapolis picking up man-to-man all over the floor, and they play it in. Into the backcourt it goes.
Red and navy trim.
Minneapolis has been a strong defensive team at times. They switch well and plug up the passing lanes as we tip that one away there. Now Beloit resets the offense. Entry pass. Get it back out. And the free ball on the way is good as Reagan Ellert. And the Lady Trojans take a early 3-0 lead. Cozart gets it back out front to Maddie Lang. Courtney Forte back to Cleveland. Motion offense. And the ball, we had it down low, goes off the hands of Peyton Smith and out of bounds. And we turn it over. Full court pressure here put on by Minneapolis. Evidently, they've seen some tape where they think this can be effective, turning them over. And they break the pressure fairly easily. Ellert with the ball, just hit a three. Kicks it out front to Knight. Now Cooper.
with it in between the rings. She'll swing it off.
They have exactly pretty much the same offense, motion offense. Their cutter will cut across the top at the high post, and they'll look for a layup as well as we will. Ellert gets it into Cooper, back door. Lost the handle, and Forte has the rebound from Minneapolis, keeps it away from Cooper, limiting one and done. Cooper gets her hands on it down that low. It's a bucket. Forte back to Elena Cozart, three on its way, front rim no good. And the ball out of bounds will be played in by Cooper. Full court pressure as Maggie Shoup enters the contest for Minneapolis. 6:05 left. First quarter. We're just underway here. 3-0 Lady Trojans. All alone on the backside. Now she dribbles all the way in. Shot off the glass, no good. It's tipped, but Beloit was on the baseline as she touched the ball. It will be Minneapolis ball to play in. Missed point blank there, and Minneapolis gladly takes over on offense. Here out front, Maggie Shoup. Forte. Back screen, now the entry pass to Courtney. Turns and shoots, shot no good. She drew a crowd as she turned to shoot in the low block. The ball is going to be Minneapolis to play in. We box up on the inbounds. And Cleveland shot from the baseline, rattles in. And Cozart trying to reach in. It wasn't much of a foul, but evidently enough to draw the foul from the referee.
Reaching with the wrong hand there, going to the left hand, crossing the body. That's going to get the call right.
First team foul, first personal foul on Minneapolis. Shot from the outside, rimming off, no good, and
picks up the foul on the rebound.
Lena Knight over the back of Cleveland. Cleveland's a pretty decent rebounder for her size. She takes up space and she clears out, but that time Knight was over the back.
Minneapolis 2, 5 minutes to go in the first.
3-2. Out front, Forte has it, guarded by Cooper. Shoot. Looks inside, now back to Cameron. Her pass is tipped, and it goes out of bounds off Minneapolis. The entry pass was tipped a couple times as Cleveland thought she had an opening down to Forte.
Full court press by Minneapolis, a 2-2-1 variety. Beloit gets it across the timeline, and Zeiler.
We're picking up man-to-man. It's in hopes they'll give us a few unforced errors. Just enough pressure to make them turn it over.
So far, Beloit's done it fairly well handling the ball. You're right.
Now from the outside, shot no good, and Kozart has the ball, and Forte takes it from her as she was falling down. Would have been a traveling if she would have kept hold of that ball. Now Forte loses it. Possession arrow favors Minneapolis as Forte is tied up. Maddie Lang back in the contest. Kozart will get a breather. Peyton Smith to play it in from Minneapolis, gets it in to shoot.
3-2, Beloit in the lead now, under 4 minutes to go.
Maddie Lang, excuse me. Shoot has an opening to the baseline and picks up her dribble. Minneapolis patient on offense here, trailing by a point. Forte way out on top, gets it off to Lang. Great
job there.
Oh, rims off. Bad luck there as the ball just rimmed out, and then Beloit, strong enough to take it away, is Remus.
Great hustle by Lang, though, Mike, to go in for that rebound. Thought they would have.
Shot no good, and the rebound pulled down by Forte, and it gets it down the court. Cleveland now back into Forte. Lang, Cleveland wide open, three-point shot off the heel, no good, and Cooper pulls it out of there. Forte gets it in to shoot with an extra step as she tries to get the shot off in the paint. She double-teamed down on the low block, just could not get the shot off. 2:54 left, first quarter. Beloit still leading by 1. And Scott, you're right, Beloit has done a relatively decent job attacking the full court pressure. Now a three-pointer on its way, it's good.
She's gotten 2 good looks. You hit them both, Mike.
Wide open again, Ellert hits another 3. Entry pass to Forte, and she goes. She was fouled. And Sheep with a nice follow-up with the left hand off the glass and in.
Nice job by Maggie to follow that and to put it in off the glass.
6-4, Beloit. Knight has it out on top. Good defense by Cameron Cleveland. She gets it out to shoot. Her shot off the glass, no good. And Forte on the backside. Big rebound, offensive rebound by Courtney. Her shot off the glass was perfect.
Yeah, early on, the Lions were having this man press, but they were trying to trap it about the half-court line. First couple of possessions, they got burned on that with the 3, so getting away from that and just going with the man press.
Quick 30-second timeout called for by the Beloit coach. We'll keep it here as Minneapolis has tied the score here with 1:47 left first quarter, 6-6, and
keep it here. Keep
30 seconds.
Yeah, the Lions have the advantage everywhere except the scoreboard. They're out rebounding them. They have less turnovers, but those 2 threes have got this game tied up.
Yeah, I think that pressure will make a difference, and sooner or later they'll turn it over. But so far they've done a good job.
Welcome back to Minneapolis basketball action here on
Now we're
7 the New Zoo. The Lions and Beloit
clearing the backcourt.
tied at 6 here with 1:45 to go in the first quarter.
Lang with the good pressure defense. They break the pressure.
Into the left front court and sets up shot with
Now out front they reset. Remus, right wing, looks inside. She's covered up by Maggie Shoup. Madison Lang with a good defense on T-Jones.
Beloit gets a new player in. Miley Brown checks in for the first time for Beloit.
Eller over on the left wing. And traveling is the call on Miley Brown, who just entered the contest, as Scott mentioned. And they turn it over. Minute 10 left first quarter. Elena Cosart with the ball. Good overplay by Brown, trying to get back that up turnover, and she tips it out of bounds. It's going to stay with Minneapolis. Cleveland back in the contest, and Courtney Forte will get a... Well, she kind of telegraphed the pass. It was coming, and the pass was late. It was easily tipped out of bounds by the Beloit defender. Shoup gets it over to Smith. Now Cleveland baseline jump shot up and good. Nice shot. Stops and pops. There's nothing but net. 43 seconds left first quarter.
Lions had their first lead of the night.
There's Cooper down low. Shot off the glass, no good. And the ball is taken away by Lang. Picked up by Shoup. And Maddie's going to hold possibly for the last shot. Smith looks inside. Lang's there. 20 to shoot. Cleveland. Out front, Smith. And another pass tipped out of bounds as Miley Brown's overplaying the pass. Passing Lang. Forte's going to come in for the last 12 seconds. Lang will have a seat. Smith will play it in. Coach Weatherman's got the play called, and they were right across the arm as Cleveland gets all the way to the basket.
But we'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
You can sure see the arm all the way across hers. It's going to be a 2-shot foul.
On the arm, going up for the shot, and Cameron heads to the line.
Foul's whistled on Cooper, I believe.
No, it was actually on Tejan Peters.
Tejan, yeah. So their first personal foul. Cleveland hammers down that first one. Second throw on its way. It's up and good. Cleveland 100% from the free throw line. They throw up a throw from half court. A little early to take the shot, but it's missing, and that's the way the first quarter ends. Minneapolis comes back to take a 4-point lead after one quarter. Minneapolis leads 10-6. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
For over 100 years, Robertson Monuments has created everlasting memories for families to share the lives of their loved ones with future generations. Supporting the Lions all the way, Robertson Monuments.
Pat and Lynette Donovan at Ag by Air have been supporting ag operations in the Minneapolis and Delphos area for over 20 years with prompt, up-to-date, and competitive aerial application service. Ag by Air is located at 974 Highway K106, south of Minneapolis, or can be reached at 785-392-3300 for questions on scouting your fields, chemical recommendations, and conventional work. Ag by Air, a proud sponsor of the Minneapolis High School Lions.
Welcome back. Minneapolis leading to start the second quarter here. 10-6, and possession arrow favors the Lady Trojans. They'll play it in, and we're underway. Ellert hands it off to Brown. Now Knight has it. Oh, what a good defensive play by Cameron. Cleveland picked her pocket. Now she looks down the floor and Shoop's open on the left side. She's all the way in for the layup. Maggie Shoop. Nice layup under control on the left-hand side. Made sure she... Now a good double team over there, and Forte jumps the pass and gets it off to Kozart. Lost control. Could not get the shot off, and Beloit right there to pick up the loose ball.
Basketball. 12-6, Minneapolis in front on a 10-0 run.
Knight has it out on top, guarded by Cleveland. Now Smith with a good steal, and she has a run out. Shot good. Peyton Smith. All the way in. Good overplay by Smith to tip that ball away. It was a nice steal. Now Kozart does the same thing. Brown stopped in her tracks by Cleveland. Now a shot from the outside, no good, and Smith has the loose ball. The Karen came clear out to the free throw line, and she was fouled by Brown as both girls were headed for the loose ball. Peyton Smith strong with the hands on the ball, and it will be Minneapolis ball to play in.
Beloit now has 7 turnovers so far in this first half, but most of them being in the half court.
Cleveland entry pass down to Forte, turns and looks. She's double teamed down there. Now Cleveland all the way in. She's fouled. Cameron headed to the charity stripe. This foul's whistled on Miley Brown.
I was going to say, I thought Cooper was pretty well set. They must have to reach in.
Cleveland's free throw up and good. Cameron solid tonight on the floor for Coach Weatherman. Second throw up and good.
Lions on a little 14-0 run right here.
Brown has it on the right wing, clears the timeline, gets it off to Remus. Shot from the outside, it's good. Two-pointer. Remus had a good look, got it loose from two-point land, and that's good. Kozart left wing, looks inside, and Forte heads to the other side of the floor. Now Shoop, dribble drive in the paint, and foul is whistled on Beloit. Brown again with the reach-in foul this time.
That's number 3 on her. Wow.
She's aggressive. That's her third foul here, and she didn't start, but
Freshman. She's a freshman. I'm surprised the coach has still got her in.
15th foul on Beloit. Smith to play it in. Now on the backside, Forte jumps and shoots. It's good. Courtney with a nice jump shot. Realized she had a height advantage over to the defender, and up she went. Banks it off the glass. Nice. Now Forte, good double team by Minneapolis. Free throw line extended, and we created the turnover. Forte picks up the loose ball. Now Smith, three-pointer on its way. Set her feet. Has a good-looking shot, and she doesn't take a three very often, does she, Dale?
No, she doesn't.
Just off the heel of the rim.
Actually, they whistled her with the travel, Mike.
Yeah, it was before the shot. She shuffled her feet to get her balance, and traveling is the call. Now three-pointer on its way from Beloit. And the long Karen's pulled down out of there by Addison Emmett.
She slashes down the line, lost it, but
Minneapolis, a hawking defense here tonight, tips it out of bounds. It'll be Beloit's ball to play in. 18-8, Minneapolis with a 10-point lead here. Knight to play it in. Gets it in to Cooper, jump shot no good, and Cleveland on the backside has the rebound from Minneapolis. She's going to go coast to coast. Layup, yes, rims out, and Cooper pulls down the rebound. Tough luck shooting there as Cameron Cleveland's layup just rimmed out. Remus dribble drive on the baseline. Her shot off the glass, no good. Courtney Forte skies to pull down the rebound. Now clear down, a cross-court pass, and back to line, and it's up and good. Nice pass.
Great job by Smith to see her. Maddie Lang did a nice job of getting the field position down there. Catches that and puts it up. Nice job by both Smith and Lang.
Now Remus has it. Ball screen set by Cooper. All the way down the baseline. Her shot's partially blocked. Now Knight back out front. 2 3-pointer this time. It's up and good
by Peters.
Tegens, yeah.
Mary's a three, just her third three.
Nice stroke she has as 3-pointer.
20-11 game. Minneapolis in front.
Smith, dribble drive into the paint, gets it back to Forte. Cleveland back out to Lang. They have not gone to his own. Forte tries to, now she turns and shoots, partially blocked by Cooper. And Lang laid down. She blocked. Usually if you try to get back up, they'll call the traveling, but evidently she was moving her feet around a little bit too much.
Minneapolis lineup.
Now the full court pressure.
3:55 mark of the second quarter. Minneapolis has seized.
Ellert clears the timeline and the reach-in foul on Cozart as we try for a double team.
That'll be her second personal, I believe. Yep, second personal.
The Lions went back to that trap at the end of that first quarter, and they gave up their only inside really good look that they've given up. And they've stuck with it here in the second half and had better luck, got more turnovers off that trap.
All two have come by Elena Cozart.
Ellert out on top, dribble drive, throws her shoulder into Smith, and it was a clear out. As Dale would say, the forearm shiver, and Smith hit the deck, and the referee calls the player control foul.
A little nice acting job by Smith as well to hit the floor. You know, she played that well. So.
Now Shoup has an open down the way. What a play by Beloit to make the save down there. Knight with the steal. He gets it off to Tegens. Picks up a dribble. I thought she might have drugged the pivot foot. Now Smith jumps in there, and it's a 3-on-2. Shoot.
Oh, yeah.
There's one extra step there.
Actually gave her that real step a couple of times early in the year, but not getting it there. The problem with that trap is if they don't get to that sideline and they don't get that drive stop, then they end up being outnumbered. Yes. Almost gave up an easy look there. Had their post wide open inside and didn't find her.
Yes.
So it's quite chill.
Smith almost with the steal as they try to get the pass over to Ellert. Now Remus with the ball. Out on top Cooper. Smith does get to this one, and she's just barely stepped out of bounds after the steal. Jordan Pack into the contest from Minneapolis, as Addie Lang will get a breather. Knight has it. Good double team over there by Cleveland. That's 5-second call, surely.
Who called the timeout?
He pointed at the wrong bench.
Yeah, he pointed.
I was going to say, I'm thinking, why would we call timeout there? You know, but hey,
Coach Shea says, I didn't call a timeout.
We didn't have the ball. We can't call a timeout.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Beloit trying to claw their way back into this thing. Minneapolis just playing some really good defense. As Lyle mentioned, our trap seems to be turning them over. And
we've had our own turnover issues here in the second quarter, though. We've had 5 turnovers in the second quarter, so.
Yeah, we've kind of matched them up. Not quite at their level yet, but we're down close on the turnovers here, adding up for us in the second quarter.
Beloit's really struggling to get the ball inside. They do not handle the ball well outside, hence the full court pressure. But probably okay just to play that straight up man in the half court because they don't handle the ball real well. They're not really a threat to drive on you.
Beloit coach bailed them out on the timeout. It was close to a 5-second call, and now he gives it back to Ellert. Baseline shot, no good. Peck has her hand on it. It is going to stay with Beloit as it goes off the leg of Jordan Peck.
That was a good block out on the backside by Jordan. She just wasn't able to run down that long rebound.
Out front, Remus. Dribble drive gets it off to Tegens. She's got the hot hand. Knight, a good overplay by Cleveland. Now they get it to Cooper. Cooper loses a handle.
Oh, thank you very much. Actually, should have been a clear out before the travel. They gave you the travel instead, but that was definitely a clear out.
Yeah, move over. Cleveland directing traffic as she resets the offense for Minneapolis. Jordan Peck with the ball on the left wing. Out front, shoot, three-pointer on its way. It's good.
Banks it in.
It was right on line and off the glass and in. It was a nice shot by Shoot. There's another good trap as she tries to get, Remus tries to get rid of it, and Jordan Peck's right there to pick up the ball. So far, that trap is doing its thing. Forte out on top, guarded by Cooper. She almost could get to the basket, and Tegens came and helped defense. I thought Courtney had an open alley to the basket.
She had a couple times, just didn't want to take it and dribble it around her, but you're right, Mike. She had a couple open looks. So
Cleveland, she can shoot it from there. She has range with her shot. That ball is tipped out of bounds by Remus. A nice overplay by the Beloit shooting guard.
Nice minutes by Jordan Peck there. Doesn't see a lot of action. She had some nice minutes there, though, tonight, there in that quarter.
Smith to play it in. Minute 10 left. Now Maddie Lang has the left-hand layup on the backside, and the rebound's tipped out of there by Beloit. Ooh.
Too hard off of the square. Long rebound comes out.
Sheep's leg looked like it was in a precarious location. I'm glad she came out of that okay.
Seconds to go in the second quarter.
A little all-star wrestling with the leg bent behind your back thing there. Lang plays it into Smith. Just under a minute left first half.
Oh.
Lang Cleveland. Back to Smith. Oh, all the way in she goes, and Cooper comes. I think it would have been our ball if Forte would have let it go. It was a blocked shot by Cooper. Remus has it, looks down the floor, gets it off to Cooper. She clears the timeline.
Cooper brings it in the left front court. Very quiet night for her.
Tegens back to Remus. Eller, who has hit 2 threes, finds Smith in her space pretty quick. Now the shot over the rim, no good, and Knight has it on the backside. Cooper, turnaround shot, no good, and Forte has the rebound for Minneapolis. Smith has it on the left wing, 5 to shoot. She's taking it to the baseline. Now back to Forte on the backside.
Nice job by Peyton Smith to drive, and Courtney Forte was right there to get the putback, to get the shot off. Nice job by both Peyton Smith and Courtney Forte on that one. Just very well played right there at the end of the first quarter. Nice second quarter by the Lady Lions.
Just the way the coach drew it up. Halftime, the Lady Lions with a comfortable 14-point lead, and it's 25-11. We'll have some stats from Scott and some comments from Dale here shortly, and after a word from our sponsors.
If you or a loved one are in need of in-home personalized care, remember Accessible Home Care, serving Central Kansas with offices in Minneapolis, Salina, and Junction City. Professional and personalized care in your home is available by our staff 24/7. Contact us at 785-493-8111. Proudly support Lions of Minneapolis High School of nationwide insurance agent. Provide hometown service and insurance. Call them today.
Citizens State Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Minneapolis Lions Athletics. Stop by and visit JC for all your financial planning and investment needs. We are dedicated
hands the Shrine Bowl West squad. And Lyle Davidson has shared with us that Spencer has decided to play in the game, so that's pretty exciting. It'll be this coming July sometime. They played in Hutchinson. He'll be the first MHS football player to be named to the Shrine Bowl since 2008, I believe it was. Scott is corrected me that Devin did play in that game. I'm glad to know that. Previous to that, we had Drew Weagle, 2002. Drew did not play due to injury. Mark Allison, prior to that, in 93, I think it was, he played in the Shrine Bowl in Minneapolis. And Jeff Allison, I think, was the first MHS player in like 1980. Something to that effect. I have no idea if Jeff played in the game or not. But,
ladies and gentlemen, we have Shriners with us tonight to extend an official invitation to Spencer Davidson to participate in the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl All-Star football game.
Spencer, one of the few in our area,
to be invited. Of media voting and coaches' selections. This Shrine Bowl invitation will bring honor and recognition to the participant and his team, his coaches, his school, and this community. The 2021 Kansas Shrine Bowl will take place Saturday, June 26th at 7 p.m. in Hutchinson. All proceeds of the Shrine Bowl event will benefit Shriners Hospital for Children. Shriners Hospital for Children is a healthcare system of 22 hospitals dedicated to improving the lives of children by improving pediatrics, specialty care, innovative research, and outstanding teaching programs for medical professionals. Children under the age of 18 are eligible to care and receive all services in a family-centered environment, regardless of the patient's ability to pay. Other Shrine Bowl events include the Masonic All-State Marching Band Camp, Kansas Shriner Bowl's All-Star Cheer Camp, High School Football Combine and Clinic, Junior All-Star Challenge, Strong Legs Run 5K, Golf Tournament, and Parade. The football game will be televised statewide and worldwide. For complete event information, visit www.kansasshrinebowl.com. Thank you, Shriners, and congratulations to Spencer Davidson. Really cool presentation.
Spencer around 900 receiving yards his senior year.
Spencer joined a short list of former
50 completions, 10 TDs.
What a just a great honor. You don't see this. We don't have it a lot with Minneapolis, and we have one this year. A very deserving, very solid football player, and did a really nice job this year for the Lions.
Mark Renfro, Robert Johnson, Lewis Southwick, Brian Riedel, John Swaggerty, Richard Belvin, and Russ Contas. Thank you, gentlemen.
Quite an honor.
And sister.
Yeah, good deal.
Sister. Yes, great hands. Tight end coming across. Those linebackers are jabbing at you all the time, but Spencer was really some really decent hands, but he's got quick feet that makes him a special athlete, especially on the basketball court, down on the low block, a big guy that can move as swift as he can, and he's a gifted athlete, and if you want to see him throw a curveball in the baseball diamond, he's got a nasty curveball.
Oh, and he can hit the ball. He is a great hitter as well. Just a gifted, tremendously gifted athlete. Fun to watch on the baseball diamond, and it'll be fun to see them get to play baseball this year as well. So,
yeah, that's okay.
Okay, well, we'll run here through some stats here. We'll see if Lyle doesn't get the headset on. So I'll just run through some stats real quick. For the Lady Trojans, first of all, Peyton Remus with 2 points. Reagan Eilert with 6 points, both 3-pointers for her. And then Tatum Peters with 3 points. Beloit actually has 3 3-pointers and then 1 field goal. I had them down for just 5 rebounds, but I had them down for like 12 turnovers. Lyle probably has a little bit better numbers on that than I do. For the Minneapolis Lady Lions, scoring-wise for them, Cameron Cleveland with 8 points, Peyton Smith with 2, Courtney Forte with 6, Maggie Shute with 7, and Maddie Lang with 2. Cameron Cleveland is 4 for 4 from the free throw line. She's the only one that went the line. We do have Amanda Kozak with 2 fouls. Beloit has Miley Brown with 3. Rebounds-wise, we had 10 rebounds, what I've got, and I got Courtney Forte with 5 of those, and we had 9 turnovers. And while you may have a little bit different numbers on me than that, but overall good performance by the Lady Lions tonight in that second quarter, especially with the defensive side outscoring them 15-5 in that second quarter. The other thing that I noticed, and she's only really gotten 1 shot off, and that's Portia Cooper. We've held her. Courtney Forte's done a nice job in the paint trying to keep her out. She's taken 1 shot down low, and it rimmed off. Courtney Forte is really doing well. They're really trying to box her out. Big only points are really coming from the 3-point range, and they've been 3 for 4.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Scott, because I saw it, but I didn't realize it until you just said it. The 9 points were the 3s from the outside, and they just had a deuce, just 1 2-point shot, and that's their 11 points. So 3 3s.
Yeah.
That's kind of odd.
What did you have for turnovers there, Scott?
I had Minneapolis with 9 and Beloit with 12.
And so we were close there. I had 11 for Beloit and 8 for Minneapolis. So, right. Again, Lions leading in all categories, out-rebounding them, less turnovers, and finally got some points up there in that second quarter.
Well, we're just ready to start the second half. Minneapolis with a comfortable, big lead's never comfortable in the basketball court. Minneapolis leading by 14 over the Lady Trojans from Beloit.
Although, I will give some credit to Minneapolis in that second quarter, Mike. They did a really nice job of pressuring the defense. They got some turnovers. Granted, we did turn the ball over more in the second quarter than I'd like to see, but we did a nice job of getting some buckets. We had a nice couple passes and low shots down low, some good drives. Much better second quarter from an offensive standpoint. A little struggle on the turnovers, but that's going to come as well. Before we get into second half action, hey, hats off, Law, to your son. Great job this year. What a great honor, and what a great athlete, and what a great kid. Just hats off to Spencer and to your family, Lyle.
Beloit starts the second half. Possession arrow favored Lady Trojans. And yes, Lyle, a gifted kid. He's got great feet, great hands. He's a good tight end. Comes across the middle. He's tough. And the shot from the outside is up and good by Trojans.
That's the 4th 3-pointer tonight. That's so interesting. So
now Kozart from the outside, shot off the back of the rim, no good, and the long caroms ran down by Ellert. Beloit Trojans with 4 3-pointers, and one, that was a walk, and no call as Knight tried to get her feet set, and Forte double teamed. Cooper tips it out, and it's Maddie Lang, on the bottom there. And the tie-up possession arrow favors Minneapolis. Just underway here in the second half. Cleveland has it. Cleveland with a solid second quarter from the free throw line and a 2-point shooting on the baseline. Her shot was spot on. Now the zone. Shot from the outside, Kozart, no good, and Forte has the offensive rebound from Minneapolis. Smith up and under, no good, and they clear Forte out of there. Smith aggressively gets a hand on that ball. It goes out of bounds. It will be Beloit. ball to play in. And Minneapolis sticking with the full court pressure. Looking to trap, as Lyle mentioned, about half court on either side of that line is no man's land, and it's good to trap right in that corner. They break the pressure. Now Ellert has an open look. She has made a couple of threes. So is Tijan.
A little ball screen up on top of the board. Didn't show the first half.
Shot no good, and the long carom comes out to Tijan. Now back to Ellert. Three-pointer on its way. Rims off. Cooper has the offensive board, and her shot is up and in.
So Cooper's first points of the night. And Beloit's come out with a 5-0 run here to start this third quarter.
Their lead has been cut tonight, 25-16.
Full timeout taken, and we'll take one too. We'll be right back.
With high-performance Pioneer brand products and local insights, they'll help you choose a lineup of products tailored to your fields and proven just down the road. See Sheldon Doherty at River Hill Seeds about the Pioneer brand products. And go Lions!
Is it all intensity here?
Welcome back to Minneapolis. Mike, Beloit's come out firing so far to start the third quarter, trying to get back in this.
A little more aggressive on that offensive board as Cooper gets a stick back down there, and they've hit one from the outside. And they've turned us over on the other end. So their little zone defense they got going here, it's bad pass by Shoots.
Very fortunate we didn't have another turnover right there.
It's tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Minneapolis. Smith to play it in from Lady Lions. And another bad pass.
And again, Knight backs it away from Forte. A steal by Beloit.
Smith with a good defense. Minneapolis staying in the man-to-man defense. And I think the coach told them to quit relaxing and tighten it up. We played a hawking, tight man-to-man defense all first half. We need to get back to that action, and they are right now. Smith, nice job, hand in there. Now Cozart picks up the loose ball, fumbles it, rescues it, gets it off the shoot, and Cameron resets the offense.
Play to try and beat this 3-2 zone as Minneapolis now spreading out and working the ball around the perimeter.
Yeah, we're going to just make him come out and get us. We're ahead. Now we throw it away. Another bad pass.
Throw it away from the right corner. Another turnover.
Well, they don't need to come out and get us if we're going to give it back to them.
Oh. Thought they dribbled it out for her foot on that one. It looked right here from my standpoint, but
I think you're right, Scott. Knight hands it off to Remus. Out front she goes. 4:27 left third quarter. Remus dribble drive, gets it down low to Cooper. And a good.
Nice job by Forte.
Nice job by Courtney to reach in and tap that ball around, then stayed with it, tracked it down, and gained possession. Shot way over the rim, and Forte could not get her hands on the rebound.
Knocked away, and Beloit comes away with it. Minneapolis now has gone 3 minutes without.
Cozart gets a ball. They get a ball screen from Knight.
Nice job, Peyton Smith. She did a nice job there.
Ellert just lowers her shoulder into Peyton Smith. And a little bit of acting as she did before. She's taken a couple player control fouls tonight. Hit the deck. That one's on Ellert, her second.
The opening in the zone here appears to be just below the volleyball baseline, but there Cleveland got in there that time. But that's really the first time we flash cut that area of the zone.
There, Cozart was open. Now Lang from the outside. Shot no good. Cozart has the long carom on the other side. Now her shot off the glass, no good. And Cooper has the rebound. Well, we're going to have to hit from the outside. Either that or spread the floor and make them come out of that zone. And Smith again with a overplay, and now she has a layup up and good.
Nice job. Peyton Smith with a great anticipation on that, Mike, and she did a nice job. at getting that steal going the other direction. First points of the third quarter.
She's had 2 of those.
Should be a kick off of Beloit.
That one actually went off us.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl behind her got it.
Miley Brown back in the contest for the Lady Trojans. She plays it in to Cooper. Remus.
Out at the midcourt logo. Remus, the coach's daughter, dribbles it.
Knight has it, guarded closely by Cleveland. Knight was looking at the baseline. Cleveland was not having it. Minneapolis still man-to-man.
She has the ball above her head. Right wing skips the left wing. Pushing offense for Beloit. As Remus stops
Brown looks for a shot. Minneapolis just covering them up.
Kozar's going to get whistled with the third foul right there. Only person for us that's got fouls, and it's Elena, and she's got all 3 of them. So,
Madison Lang with good minutes here tonight. Jordan Peck comes in the contest for Minneapolis. She had some good minutes in the first half as well. Out on top, Ellert. Back to Brown. Playing with 3 personal fouls. Skip pass to Knight. There's an open look from Brown. I was just curious if he was a shooter. Off the bench, and there's a 3.
5 3-pointers.
5.
Cleveland. Back to Peck.
And we're usually good for a couple tonight, and we've not even come close.
Cleveland looks at a 3. Shoot. Cleveland takes one. It rims off. No good. And Forte is whistled with the over the back. I was talking to Courtney's dad today, and I said, Courtney plays under control, never gets too many fouls. I said, has she ever fouled out? He goes, no. She had 3 fouls one time. 3 fouls one time. It's amazing. I used to foul out every game. Oh, that should be traveling.
That should be, yeah. Oh.
And the coach calls a 30-second timeout. Dale hates that. So we'll keep it here. Beloit with a quick timeout to bail out player on the floor with the ball. Minneapolis still clinging to a 6-point lead here as Beloit able to work their way back into it. And I think the zone's bothering us quite a bit down on that end. The 1-2-3, we just are not hitting from the outside. And Wild mentioned the open look is right in the middle in the paint, and we just can't get the ball to anyone there.
Well, and they hit the 3s. They spread it out on their end, and they hit 5 3-pointers tonight. And they're being able to hit from the outside. They're letting us try it from the outside. We just can't hit.
Brown to play it in.
Back here at Minneapolis.
Minute 33.
8-2 run. It's 27-19.
Left third quarter. Brown has it. She just hit a 3.
Minneapolis has just 2 points so far.
And we have extended the defense. Courtney on Cooper. There's a good pressure defense, creates it was forced error, but they throw it over the top, goes out of bounds, and they turn it over. Just what we needed.
Boy, it's 6 turnover this quarter already.
Yeah, the ball's in the middle. Cleveland let it go through her hands. Forte had to rescue it, and then Cooper.
Throwing the ball to where
and
they just don't have anything there.
We get lucky on that one.
Emmett, yes, we did.
Oh, no, they called Forte with that foul.
Correct.
Oh, man. I thought she had her arms wrapped around Courtney on that. I didn't.
Cooper plays it in to Tejan. Sure looked like a double dribble there. Emmett turns and shoots, no good. Brown over the back of Forte. That's 4. Thank you. Courtney with a good position, and Brown over the back.
I have a feeling she's fouled out before. Maybe not. He's just a freshman. So.
He's aggressive.
The Lions with just 2 points this quarter just have not been able to, that last possession they tried to get it into that open part of the zone, but they had 2 people in the same place, and so they've got to get a better job of spacing and get the ball in the middle of that zone, and it really needs to be entered from the top or from the wing.
Yes, sir. That's open in the middle, isn't it, Lyle? And Cleveland was there. I think unless somebody's wide open, we're going to keep the ball out of the back line of the volleyball court.
There it is. Yeah.
There you go.
But it worked like a pass.
There's you got to be kidding me. Wowzer.
Well, we missed the call before that.
Is that a jump ball?
Second one's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Beloit.
So Beloit has the alternating possession.
Wow.
It's a curious call.
They throw it over the top. Remus couldn't see the other side of the court. She had a teammate over there wide open, and Cleveland bumps her. It'll go and be a 2-shot foul for Remus. 10 seconds left. Third quarter. Free throw up and good.
First points from the free throw line tonight for Beloit.
This is the first free throw. She's now got 3.
Second throw up and good. There's many ways I would attack the zone. We have no idea how to attack this zone. Would you take the shot here to end the quarter? And it's Cleveland.
Big shot right there. Something we needed on that one, Mike, is we were looking at a 10-2 deficit in the quarter, and Cameron hits a big three-pointer there we still get outscored, but at least we're outscored only by 5. So Lady Lions still in the lead, but we've given up quite a bit of that lead.
We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a minute. Lady Lions in the lead. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
That's the clothing company. Minneapolis this morning. Designers of custom clothing for your team. Here's more screen printing and embroidery. Online design
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action. Minneapolis to play it in. Possession arrow favors Minneapolis, and I would sit right there and pull them out of this zone. We don't have the height to contend with Cooper in the middle. And we get bailed out on a reach-in foul on, I believe,
Peters, I believe, yeah.
Tejan. How do you pronounce that?
Tejan Peters, I don't know.
Yeah. I hope I was right on that, Tejan. Yeah. Sheep with the ball.
Coming out of the out-of-bounds play, they go man here. See if we can get some better movement against the man.
There we go.
What was a 14-0 run.
More our stuff here. Yeah, I'd definitely pull them out of that zone because we had trouble attacking it for sure. Cleveland again from the outside.
Nice job, Cameron Cleveland with her second 3 of the night. Nice job by Cameron right there.
One to end the third quarter and one beginning here in the fourth quarter. Remus all the way in, out of control, could not get the shot off. Now Sheep has the ball. 2-on-2, and she pulls it back out, gets it off to Kozart.
Kind of funny right there. You need the threes against the zone, and they go man out of the out of bounds, and Cameron ends up bearing one.
Yeah. Odd to go man out of the. There's another one from the outside, rimming off. He almost had 3 in a row from Cameron. Cooper has the rebound for the Lady Trojans. Out front, Ellert. Remus looking inside, pitches it back out front to Emmett. Entry pass to Emmett. Down low. Shot. No good. And Cleveland pulls that one out of there.
Good physical board there.
Shoot off the Cozart. That took too long to get the shot off, and Keegan's there to block it out of bounds. 2-on-1.
It was a good thought there to drop it down. She had a little bit of pressure on her side. Just a little, not quite quick enough to drop it that quick, and Keegan's got down and got that block, but yeah, good ball movement.
Cozart to play it in. She has it out front. Forte. Cleveland, nope, that's going to be short. Cozart cannot save it. Nice try on the baseline.
Maybe a little bit of a heat check shot there with 6:09 to go.
6 minutes left in this contest. Ellard has it for the Lady Trojans. Good defense over there by Cozart on Remus.
Great job there by Shoup. Didn't get a tie-up. Nice job by Shoup right there.
Possession arrow is going to favor the Lady Trojans. We'll get it next time. As Scott mentioned, good hustle there to get the tie-up by Shoup. Steal and the tie-up.
Elena Cozart checks out of the game at the dead ball as Maddie Lang.
Now Knight has it, dribble drive.
Oh, how do you not call that? I was going to say, and she looks at the coach like, how it wouldn't travel. So.
I was going to say, it was pretty much a travel. Now here comes some full court pressure by the Lady Trojans.
Get it in.
Where your Madison Lang has Smith wide open twice over here. And coach calls a timeout, 30-second timeout, as the 5-second call was close. Beloit surprised us with a little full court pressure, and a lot of teams have put pressure on Lady Lions this year. At times we've been able to handle it, and other times it's been an adventure.
It's actually surprising Beloit hadn't done that before now, because they're not great ball handlers, but they're not real big either, and they are relatively quick. You'd think defensively they might be better at really getting after some ball pressure. So we'll see what they're able to do in this last, and how the Lady Lions handle that pressure in the last 5 minutes here.
Yes, they need to turn us over, and that pressure right there is a good way to get it going. Trojans almost had a pick on Cleveland. We get it in and clear the timeline. Out front, Lang. Forte, now Minneapolis with that motion offense. Forte moves her pivot foot.
Wow, I did
the travel.
Well, I did have a player stand right in the way. I didn't see her feet, but that kind of shocks me. But, you know, officials right there. Nice job, Peyton Smith again.
She's had 3 runouts, and there's another one right there. 3 excellent defensive plays by Peyton Smith, and then she gets the run out and the bucket. And she made sure the bucket on the other end.
Was that the first points of the quarter by either team?
No, we had a 3-pointer by Cleveland to start that. So.
Thank you. I got that on the last quarter. Thank you.
She had one then, too. And Cooper turns and shoots. Shot is no good, and Cozart trying to get her fingernail polish dry and lets the ball go out of bounds or off her hands. Beloit gets it back. Cleveland gets after that one, and Knight cannot save it.
Minneapolis gets the ball back here with 4:35 to go and up by 2 touchdowns.
Okay, Minneapolis ball to play in. Smith. There we go. Now Cleveland will have a run out. Knight saves the easy layup as she comes to get her.
She got her quick enough. They're going to say it was before the shot even.
Before Cleveland went up for a layup.
Blocking foul, you're right. And we'll play it in.
Generally, once they stop their dribble, they consider that going up for a shot, but didn't get the call there.
Entry pass to Forte, shot up and the end off the glass, right over the top of the defense.
Nice look, nice shot by The Lady Lions right there.
Courtney elevates nicely there in the paint, and the shot is off the glass, just like we like it. And a good overplay by Stewart. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Minneapolis. Ball to play in. Smith headed back in.
Courtney Forte will come out.
16-point lead now by Minneapolis. Cameron Cleveland with the ball out on top, guarded by Ellert. Baseline drive is shut down by Cooper. Out on top. Throws it behind our player and goes out of bounds.
It looked like the boys last night in the fourth quarter not valuing possession of the basketball.
Yeah, we had a few of those last night.
Ellert on the left wing. Out on top. 3:42. And Brown goes to the basket. They're going to call it on the floor, blocking foul. Whistled on Maddie Lang.
Once again, Lyle, that could have gone either way as well. Earlier, Maddie Lang whistled with the foul.
Ellert to play it in. And she walked on the...
Yes, she did.
They're going to get another foul on Lang on the backside. This time it's a two-shot foul for Brown, but took a step and two to set before she shot. Little extra step. Brown's free throw up and no good. Off the mark. 37-21. Minneapolis with a 16-point lead. Miley Brown, second one's up and good. 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe. Cameron Cleveland's going to get a breather.
Couldn't come off the floor much.
Lang play it in. It's it into Kozart.
37-22.
Nice job by Elena to get that press, break it across, Mike.
Forte with the ball out on top. Gets it off to Kozart. Three-pointer on its way. It's short. Oh, we got lucky, and Ellert touched it last as it went out of bounds. It's going to be Minneapolis ball.
I'm not sure with a 15-point lead and 3 minutes left in the quarter, that's exactly the shot you're looking for right there.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same. I would have probably questioned that as well.
Now another one by Kozart. It's almost an air ball as well. I think you guys
nice job by Elena right there.
Thinking we ought to run a little clock.
They watched the boys last night. I didn't see any of them there, but they must have been watching it on TV.
Hey, at least we know we've been watching.
There you go.
So. And Cleveland, it's not going to take her long to get back in the contest. Brown. She's got happy feet. Ellert. Rena's covered up by Shoup. Now Ellert again. That's good. She's got a nice stroke, too. That ball rotation on that is perfect. Nothing but net.
Gets his point guard back on the floor. I think that's a good choice by Coach Weatherman there. Call time out to talk about it, and to get Cameron back in, and also remind him, hey, we got a 12-point lead here. Let's run a little clock here. Let's not get so happy on that three. Let's work the ball around a little bit.
And you don't have to stall. I mean, you don't have to go to a four corners type deal. Just work your offense and wait until you get a good open look on one of them cutters inside, because they're going to have to start ball pressuring now. So just work your offense until they either foul you or you catch an open cutter. But, yeah, this is not the time to be chucking threes.
37-25. Lady Lions have a nice 12-point lead, Mike, but they've got to continue to control it. 2:38 left to go. can't let them get back in with some three-point shooting.
Full time out. Coach Weatherman, I'm sure, is asking for a little more clock to be ran before we jack up a three. Now Beloit with the man-to-man pressure. They're going to see if we can turn this over on this inbounds play. We get it in to Cameron. She sets the offense. Forte. And as Scott mentioned, the motion offense. Cozart this time not taking the shot, neither is Smith. Forte skies to bring down that pass, and we're running some clock. Nicely done, ladies. Brown on shoot. Good ball rotation. Back to Cozart. Now if I was Beloit, I'd leave Elena open, let her shoot. Now they're going to foul them. They've got some fouls to give, so it's going to be Minneapolis ball to play in. Free throw line extended. Minute 59 left in the contest. Smith to play it in.
Just the fifth team foul for Beloit.
Smith gets it into Forte. She hands it off to Cameron. Cameron dribble drive. She's got a layup. And the foul. She'll go to the charity stripe. Two-shot foul coming. Well, she had an opening. Why not go all the way to the basket?
Yeah, you don't want to completely shut your offense down. If you got an opportunity to score, you get a good look like that. That's a good drive.
Cameron with a two-shot foul here. Up and good. Solid from the charity stripe here tonight, Cameron.
When anyone goes perfect from the foul line.
Got a nice strike. Minute 51 left in this contest. Minneapolis.
I mean, that's impressive.
Well, I shouldn't have said anything.
Well,
it's a little bit short.
I always get on Dale for getting on about being perfect in the line, and then so
just a little bit short. Cooper all the way down and up.
That's only her fourth point of the night, guys, and that's something that we have been able to keep away. And nice job by Lady Lions. Cooper did a nice job to get those points down there, but I'm not sure why they haven't tried to at least try to get it to her a few times. So, granted, our defense has played well.
Madison Lyon gets it off to Cleveland. Back to Forte, guarded by Cooper. Elena Cozart has it. And, so they're going to go ahead and foul. That's a 17 foul. That'll put Cameron back to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Minute 8 left in the contest.
Without the worry of a steak dinner, knock them all down, Cameron.
Cleveland with 15 points here in this contest, make it 16.
Look at your confidence there, Mike Perry. Was it a dang near rolled out?
It was money. Another one up. Back rim, no good. And Ellert has the rebound for Beloit.
Final minute of regulation. Minneapolis about to pick up their ninth win and move back to 500.
Remus from the outside, shot no good. We block out well, but Beloit's there for the long throw. And now Miley Brown, shot from the outside, no good. Forte has the board for Minneapolis. Hands it off to Cleveland. Gets it to Cozart. And back out front it goes. Nicely done, Elena.
Need to get Courtney a bucket here for a double-double.
And she's going to go to the charity stripe. She's going to have to earn it with a 1-and-1 here.
Scott, do you have her 10 rebounds yet?
I've got her at 9.
Uh-oh.
I know, I've got her at 9. I could be off, but I've got her 9. So
I've got her with 10. Shot up and good. Just kidding. Got to fudge it one way or another. Smith with a good game defensively. The senior, it's what a game by Peyton Smith.
Yeah, hats off to Peyton.
Free throw up and good. Courtney got them both. Jordan Peck.
Well, the guys next to me say she's got a double-double. I've got her 9 rebounds. The guys next to me say you got her at 10. Okay, so I'm going to trust the guys at 92.7. They say that she's got 10. So
seniors are coming out. Courtney Forte. 41-27, Minneapolis with the lead. 36 seconds left. And
it normally just involves me asking the coaches. As Maddie Lane,
seniors have headed to the bench. Senior night tonight. We'll recognize them here shortly. Tegens, entry pass to Cooper. Got it down, Coda Cabana, but she held her ground nicely done.
Cabana right there. She did a nice job. Yep.
Cooper with a little bit of a height advantage, but Coda hung right in there. Heck, clear out on top. That's the way it's going to end. 41-27, Lady Lions. Victorious tonight. We'll be back with senior night, some stats from Scott, and some calls from Lyle here in just a minute.
What? I wrote something down. You guys missed that. Jason looking at me with welcome to the Beloit Empire State Dinner. I was the one that's getting late here. I was just saying happy bicycle.
I got to play the game.
Oh, okay.
I definitely had to play the game, and I got the co-player. So, yeah.
The Lions of Minneapolis High School are proudly supported with offices in Delphus, Minneapolis, Lincoln, and Lincoln. As a nationwide insurance agent and an independent agent, they provide hometown service for the insurance needs of their customers for home, small business, farm and crop, and life and health coverage. Call them today at 785-523-4202.
Citizen State Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Minneapolis Lions athletics. Stop by and visit Jason Bird for all of your financial planning and investment needs. We are dedicated to helping your money work hard for you. Citizen State Bank and Trust, the cornerstone of our community.
Let's go ahead and go. Welcome back to Minneapolis, Kansas, as the Minneapolis Lady Lions come away with victory tonight, 41-27. At senior night, so we're going to run through this pretty quick so we can have the senior night presentation. But run through the points real quick for both squads. For the Beloit Lady Trojans, Miley Brown into the night with 4 points. Peyton Remus into the night with 4 points. Portia Cooper with 4 points. Tayton Tegens Peters with 6 points, both 3-pointers. And leading the way for Beloit was Reagan Eilert with 3 3-pointers with 9. They had 5 3-pointers on the night. They were 3 for 4 from the free throw line. I had them for 8 turnovers in the second half, 20 total for Beloit. For the Minneapolis Lady Lions, scoring-wise, Elena Kozart did not score tonight, guys. That's the first in a long time that I remember. Peyton Smith had 6 points. Maddie Lang had 2 points. Courtney Forte had 10 with a double-double. And then leading the way was Cameron Cleveland with 16 points for the Minneapolis Lady Lions. He had 6 turnovers in the second half, and looked like we out-rebounded them as well. So run through real quick the play of the game, and I'll let's see what you feel on this. But I know we're talking about the recognizing the seniors, but I'll do this real quick. The play of the game, I'm going to go with at the end of the second quarter when Peyton Smith got the backside, hit it off to Forte, and got the bucket right there at the end of the first half to increase the Lions' lead. And I'm going to follow Dale Leach's lead and go with co-players of the game, and I'm going to go with the defensive end and offensive. Defensively, I've got to go with Peyton Smith. Peyton Smith just hustled everybody tonight. Defensively, she put everything on the floor. She had a couple nice steals, and the senior tonight gets a great performance, and she is the defensive player of the game. And offensively, it's no doubt on this one tonight, and that goes to Cameron Cleveland with 16 points, a couple rebounds, some steals. So nice job by Cameron Cleveland. So the Lady Lions come away with victory tonight, 41-27. I'll let you sit back and enjoy the senior night and we'll be back here in a minute. So stay tuned for senior night as they're recognizing the seniors.
So far, we've had Courtney Forte recognized, and Madison Lang is being recognized right now.
Best of luck, Maddie. We are proud of you. Peyton Smith.
Peyton Smith.
Peyton is our final senior of the Lady Lions team. Her parents are Matt and Liz Smith. Peyton has lettered 3 out of the 4 years that she has been active on the court, and during that time, she was selected All-League at the Tri-County Classic Tournament. Peyton has always been a quick, dominant player for her team and always ready to step up when needed. After high school, Peyton will attend Fort Hays State University to major in nursing with a focus in labor and delivery. Keep up the good work, Peyton, and good luck.
3 senior girls. Forte, Lang, and Smith, out of the board. Spencer Davidson.
Spencer's parents are Lyle and Amanda Davidson. Spencer has been a participant in Lions basketball for 4 years and has led each of those years. Spencer has a long list of awards in basketball, including being selected to the NCAA All-League First Team his junior year, as well as receiving All-State Honorable Mention for the Sports in Kansas magazine. His junior and senior years, he was awarded both the Adolph Rupp All-Tournament and All-Academic teams, and those same years, he was also named to the All-Tournament team at the Tri-County Classic. Spencer's plan next year are to attend Fort Hays State University to study business administration and continue his basketball career. Thank you, Spencer, for the tremendous strength you offered your team, and best of luck at Hays.
Not basketball. Next up, Trent Meckel.
Trent Meckel.
10 points and 10 rebounds. 6 points for Peyton Smith. Also the help of Will and scores.
Trent is the son of Terry and Kristen. Trent has been a huge asset to the Lions for 4 years, especially behind the arc, amazing us with 3-point shots again and again. Trent has lettered all 4 years and has received the recognition of All-League Honorable Mention. After graduation, Trent plans to attend K-State Polytech campus and study mechanical engineering technology. Congratulations, Trent. Thank you for your inspiring dedication to the team, and best of luck with your future plans.
Up next, John Nelson.
10 to 6 after the first quarter.
John Nelson. John's parents are J.C. and Bridget Nelson. John is another essential 4-year member of the Lions basketball team, lettering 3 of those years. John's quickness on the court and his shooting ability have really added to the Lions' success. John's plans after high school include Beloit Community College, where he plans to study farm and ranch management. Good job, John, and thank you for your commitment to the Lions. Zach Travis.
Next up, manager Zach Travis.
Zach is the son of Greg and Becky Travis. Zach has participated in basketball 3 years, playing 1 and managing class 2. His coaches would testify that Zach's elite organization has been very beneficial to the team, and his outstanding sense of numbers has made his most favorite part of managing keeping stats. Zach plans to continue using those strengths when he attends Cobb County Community College and study business management. Thank you for your consistent good work, and if awards were given to managers, Zach would definitely deserve the best dressed manager. Good luck, Zach.
Brody Vance next.
Brody is the son of Darren and Janice Vance. Brody has been a Lion basketball player for 4 years, lettering 1. Despite having to sit out for a time due to an injury, Brody has bounced back and gives his all every time he gets on the court. His strength under the basket has helped lead the Lions to many victories and is well known to his team members and coaches as being the meat and potatoes guy for the team. After graduation, Brody plans to attend Cloud County Community College, majoring in wind energy and participating on the track and field team. We're so glad you're back on the floor this year, Brody, and best of luck at Cloud.
Wow, track and field.
Let's go through our Salina Surgical.
Next up, Daniel Watson.
Salina Surgical Hospital for your procedures.
Daniel's parents are Dave and Sue Watson. Daniel has been an active member of basketball all 4 years and has lettered 3 of those years. Although Daniel has seen his share of injuries, when he is on the court, he always contributes to the team. Daniel plans to attend Cloud County Community College to study wind energy after graduation. Good luck, Daniel. We appreciate all you've done for NJO class students.
And last but not least, Nolan White.
Nolan White. Nolan is the son of Daniel White and Alicia White. He has been a 4-year participant of the Lions team, lettering all 4. Among Nolan's accomplishments in basketball, in addition to his amazing ability to score big with three-point shots, he is the championship that he captured at the Adolph Rupp free throw contest. Nolan plans to attend Manhattan Technical College next fall, but is undecided on a major. Thank you, Nolan, for your dedication to the Lions, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you to all these seniors. Great job throughout their careers.
He did win that free throw shooting contest, didn't he?
I think it was last year. Well, I think he won it last year. I don't know that he won it this year. Was he?
Yeah, I only seen him miss one.
Okay.
But I
don't know.
I didn't know if it was this year or last year. I just assumed it was this year.
Please give them another round of applause.
He was hot.
Yeah.
For our Minneapolis Lions.
75% regular shooting for the team.
Mikey had 28 points last night.
Excellent. So, hope you saved a few for tonight.
Yeah.
All right, well, the Lady Lions take their sweep of the Beloit Trojans. Now we'll get to see if the boys do the same here tonight, and that could be a history maker if it happens. We'll be back for game 2.
Are they going to roll it up?
I probably need to ask somebody. I sure thought it was this